guys, how are you? I hope that everyone's doing really great. We're back at it again with some awesome art stuff. So, let me lock my focus, or it'll keep focusing in and out, and that's not what we want. Okay, so today we are going to do, since it's February, right before Valentine's Day, we are going to do these cute little gnomes. We're going to paint these cute little Valentine's Day gnomes. Okay? And so I don't have a picture for this. Usually I have a picture for this, but I kind of pulled this one out of a hat, and so I drew these on here. You guys will get a canvas with your gnomes drawn on, and the hats will be blank so that you can add what you want, but if you want to do the same exact things we're doing, that would be perfect. Otherwise, in your kit, you'll get a couple paint brushes. You will get, and your paint will not be messed up like mine, but you'll get red, yellow, and blue, which are our primary colors, along with white, and then you'll also get a black, here's the black, sorry, you'll get a black. The reason that I don't give you like pinks and purples and stuff is because I kind of want you guys to learn how to mix paint and mix colors on your own. I think that's kind of an important thing, and you will use it later on in life, so I just like to do that. You will also need a cup of water and some towels. I just like to have those in case to dry my brush, whatever I need. So we are going to start, and the first thing that I want to do is we're going to mix some of our paints up. And so you're going to have to decide, our beards are going to be like a white grayish color, so we're going to do some black and white mixture there for that. I'm going to do the shoes black. This is my personal preference, my painting. I want my shoes to be black. You could want your shoes to be red or blue or yellow or green or purple, whatever you want them to be, that's up to you. I'm going to do my hats like a reddish pinkish color, and then I think my hearts I'm going to do like, we'll see when we get there, and then we're going to do like a little tannish yellowish color for the noses. Again, you pick whatever colors you want, and if I don't mix the color that you want with these, guess what? We'll have to do a little homework and find out how to mix colors to make like, purple we know is red and blue, so like that. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a little pink, because I do want some pink for my, I think I'm going to do my noses a little bit pink. So pink is going to be red, and then we are going to do white. Okay, and so the reason that we do the white is the white makes it lighter, so it ends up being like a reddish pinkish, but depending on how much white you add. So I didn't add as much white to this as I did the red, so you can still see it's kind of red. There's some pink hues to it, so if you want it really pink, you're going to have to add a lot of white. So see how much white I added? And there we go. Okay, and there's how I get my pink color. And if you want it lighter, then you would add more white. If you put too much white and then you're like, ooh, I want it darker, then you would just add some more red. Okay? I'm also going to do the beard stuff right now. And so for the beard, I want it to be like a grayish color, so I'm going to take white and then a dab of black. You barely need any black because I don't want it super dark. So if you can see, that kind of turned into a grayish color. If you want it a little bit darker, you would just go ahead and add some more in there. This had some red from my paintbrush still, so that's okay with me. If you don't like that, just make sure that you clean your brush off good enough. Okay, and I think I'm going to go just a little bit darker. Okay, and so we're going to start with our beards. So I'm going to get my biggest brush and I'm going to dip it into this color that I just made, this grayish color. And we are going to start with our beard. And so you'll have the outline. You don't have to follow it exactly. I just do that to give you kind of a guidance of where we're going to put our feet and our hats. So I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to start over here, and I'm using it so it's like this. Let me see. I'm using this part instead of doing the fat part. So, and I'm just barely, like, see how far up I'm holding my brush? And I'm just barely, and I'm doing it in like wisps, okay? Wisps. That's going to give us the beard, like, look. And when you get around the nose, just be a little bit, if you go over, it's okay because we're going to paint over that, so it's no big deal. Let's see, so just wisps. And that's going to give us kind of the pointed, like, areas. Alright, so see how that's looking? Okay. So I'm going to do that same thing with each of the beards. And then what I'm going to do when I am done doing each of the beards, I'm going to come back in and I am going to add some dark to my color here. I'm going to add some black to it. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to give my beards some like darker and lighter highlights. Okay, this is just like our base. So you barely need really any paint because this is just our base, remember? And we're doing flicks. So see, I'm going flick, 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 like that. That's how you want it for the beard, okay? That's going to give us that like wispy feel that we want. Okay. Alright. Okay. And then I'm going to do this one in the middle. And remember, if you go over some parts that you didn't want to paint over, that's okay. This is just like our base coat for our beard. Okay, that looks good, guys. Okay, so even though you didn't get all the way up here, that's okay. So then what you want to do is you want to clean your brush out really, really good. And then I'm going to go to a smaller brush because I want to be able to add some of these details in. So again, we have this color. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of black, and I'm going to add that in. And that's going to give me some like darker grayish. Okay? And then I'm going to take that darker gray and I'm just going to go in. Again, I'm using the flat long part and not this part, right? So then I'm just going to go in and I'm going to add some like wisps. And remember, again, you just want your brush, not a lot of pressure, and you want to kind of wisp it up and down, okay? Don't need a lot of paint either. And so it's just like this flicking motion that I'm doing, and that's just giving me like the beard pieces, I guess you could say. It's making it look like it's like individual pieces instead of just all one color. Okay? So that's good on that one. This one over here, I'm just gonna do a few. Do like some little like scragglers. I think my dad has some beard scragglers. Right. I'm not gonna do a lot. Okay. There we go. This one I'm not going to do any because I don't want any on that one. And then, so once you get it to where you like with like the light and the dark, we're going to go in with our lighter highlights. And so we're just going to get some white on your brush. And we are going to do white highlights. And so I'm just going to go in very, very light pressure. You guys can't really tell, but I'm barely pushing anything down on my brush. So I'm just barely. So I can just pull in some of these cute little highlights. Okay? Sorry, that's my messenger for work that the teachers can communicate on, and they're having a group chat right now, so sorry you keep ringing. Okay. So there's my white. Love it. Okay, then we're going to go over here. I'm going to add some whites in here. And I think I'm going to do more white over here than I did in my first one. Just because. Let me get that white in there. Oh, I got some blue in there. That's okay. And I'm barely any pressure. If you guys put a bunch of pressure on it, it's going to make your lines thicker, and so then you're just gonna look like you're just painting it again. Okay, and then I'm gonna do some white in this little guy's beard. Remember, barely any pressure. Little flicks of the wrists. There we go. Okay. Good. All right. Awesome. And play with it as much as you want. If you don't like it, then just go over it and do some more wisps. You know, beards aren't perfect. Okay? Cool. All right, so we're done with that part. Now, the next part that I want to do is I'm going to paint my shoes. So pick whatever color that you want to do your shoes with. And if you notice, we have these little, like, they're going to be like shiny parts, so it gives your shoes some, like, definition. So I'm going to do my shoes with black. You can do your shoes again with whatever color you want. This is your painting. And I'm going to paint over my little section because I know where it's going to be at, and I'm going to go back over it with white. If you want to make sure that you have that left out, then just go around it, okay? So we're just going to paint this in with whatever color you choose. I just happened to choose black. Move your canvas around if you need to get like extra positioning because you don't like the way it is. Alright, there's one. And then I'm going to do his other shoe. There we go. That's awesome. I'll be with you in just a second, honey, okay? Alright, so we have the shoe done. And then we're going to do these two also, okay? Okay, so we're painting our little feetsies. Remember, I'm doing mine black. You guys can be doing yours any color that you want. I just happen to want to do mine black. Okay. And remember, you can paint over the little, this is going to be like, I'm going to add this little shiny part here, so you guys can paint over that, or leave it if you're not going to remember that it's there. But we'll add it when we're done, if I remember it's there. Okay. There we go. Alright. Remember, you guys can do this any color. I like the look of the black shoes, but maybe you guys want yours to be purple or more Valentine's-y looking, and that is perfectly fine. It's your painting, and remember, I always love when you guys veer off the course of what I tell you and make these your own. Okay, and then I have my last little guy here. Awesome. Awesome. Here we go. Okay, so once we're done with our shoes, then we're going to go in and we're going to paint our little noses. Okay. Good, 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 good. Okay. So there we go. We've got our beards. We've got our shoes. I am going to go in now and I'm going to do my noses. So we are going to do noses. For my nose, I am going to do my nose this like really light pink here, but I want to make it even lighter, so I'm going to add some more white to it. Okay. And you can make it as light or as dark as you want. You can mix some other colors and make your nose purple. You can make your nose blue. You can make your nose black. You can make your nose whatever color you want, okay? So don't feel obligated to do the same thing that I'm doing. Okay? So here we go. And again, on the noses, so that's about how pink I want mine. Again, on the noses, you have the little parts that's going to give us like kind of a 3D look. It's going to make it look like there's a little bit of a sheen to it. You can paint over that if you want, or paint around it if you want to remember where it's at. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go in with my brush. And I'm using the smaller brush. Use whatever brush you guys want. And I'm going to do each of my 3 noses. If you guys want all of your guys' noses, your gnomes' noses to be different, then by all means paint them different colors, okay? Remember, these are your gnomes. You know, maybe you're going to give this as a gift and you're going to give it to your mom, and your mom's favorite color is blue and you want their noses to be blue. Go ahead and paint them blue, guys. Okay? Alright, so just, and if you have to paint over something, then paint over something. That's fine. Okay? I know I move my painting around a lot, but I just like to be able to get that, like, extra blue. Okay, so there's my nose. There is my shoes and my beard. The next thing I'm going to do is we are going to go in and we are going to do our hats. So, first hat I'm going to do this one over here with the X and the O. And I'm going to do that one just straight red. Okay? Because I like red. I think red is pretty Valentine's-y, don't you? Again, do it whatever color you want. Remember, we mixed those pink colors that we did earlier. So you guys have that color you could use. You could do some purple if you want purple. You're going to mix red and blue until you get the shade of purple you want. You can do light blue, dark blue, yellow, whatever you want. Okay? Just because it's a Valentine's Day painting doesn't mean that you have to do it red or white or pink. Okay? Alright, so then I'm coming in here. And I'm going to paint over my X and my O because I know where that's at. and that's okay. Good. Awesome job, guys. Okay. And if you don't like the coverage, like you see, maybe if you see some spots that are a little bit too white or something, you can go ahead and when this dries, let the first coat dry, and then go ahead and put a second coat on it. Okay? So I'm going to do that one and that one. Oops, and then I just messed up my painting. So see what I did there? I messed it up. So all I'm going to do is go in and bring my hat out a little more. And then cover that up. Mistakes. Happy little accidents, you guys. That's a Bob Ross thing. Okay. Perfect. I'm also going to do this guy over here's hat red. Just because I kind of like the balance of red, and then doing a different color in the middle. But remember, you guys are doing your own, so pick whatever colors you want. Maybe you want yours to be a purple, a pink, and a red. That's good too. Or a blue, a green, and a yellow. Whatever you prefer. Okay. There we go. And if for some reason you feel like you messed something up, just pull some paint over it and make it a little bit bigger. No big deal. Okay. Good job, you guys. Alright. You know, my paint in here. And then remember, just kind of look at it and see if you feel like it's not covered enough for you. Just go ahead and add some more paint in there. And that'll be fine. Okay? But make sure if you're going to do a second coat that you let the first coat dry, because if you don't, then you're just going to be basically pushing paint around and you're going to get more open spots that you were trying to avoid in the first place. So then what I'm going to do is this one. I think that I'm going to do this heart red. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm going to do the heart a different color. I am going to do the hat, this pink color that I had mixed earlier. And so I'm going to go in with this. Oh, I like that color. Okay. There we go. And you can just paint over your hearts. Again, if you don't want to because you don't like drawing hearts or you don't think that you'll be able to paint them without the outline, then just go ahead and paint around them. That's fine too. It'll take you a little bit more time, but that's okay. Alright, so we have hat here. There we go. Cool. Okay, and then I'm going to come over here and do this side. I just started getting into gnomes and really liking them and thinking that they're cute. And the fun thing about gnomes is that you can do them any way that you want. You know, you can decorate them any way that you want. You can make them look boyish. You can make them look girlish. You can make them be a Green Bay Packer fan like Miss Ash. Okay, this hat is done. Very cool. And let's see. Do I want I think I'm going to do my heart the same color. I think we'll go in and do this heart the same color. Forgot about the heart, you guys. Okay. Alright. So that kind of got away from me a little bit, which happens. So all I'm going to do is turn it into a pom-pom instead. Okay, so the heart got a little bit away from me. That's okay. So I will go a different route. I'm just going to turn this into a circle for now, and then I'll come back later. See that? See how we're making moves on our feet, you guys. All right. Okay, so we have that done, that done, that done, that done. Now we're going to paint our heart. And so choose whatever color you want for your heart. I think that I want to do like I want a different color. So I think I'm going to do my heart like a purple. I think I'm going to do a purple. Okay, so for purple, we're going to do a little bit of blue. We're going to do a little bit of red. Okay, a little bit more. We're going to get this cool, like dark purple color. And then, I don't know, it looks kind of dark right now, but I'll hold it up to the camera. You guys can kind of see it looks a little bit blue. It's purplish on my end, but it's kind of dark, so I'm going to add a little bit of white to it, and that's going to lighten it up. Okay, there you go. Can you guys see like the purplish hue now? Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and lighten that up. There's my purple, and this is the color that I'm going to use for my heart here in the middle. Again, use whatever color you guys want. Okay. So, there we go. And I'm, again, painting over the little hand outline. If you guys don't want to do that, then just go ahead and paint around it. When I first started painting, and I would have outlines, and there was like small details that they wanted you to paint in, and they had that already drawn out for you, I would not paint over those, because then I felt like when I went back in, I could not get it to look exactly the same as it had before, and that really frustrated me. And so I always made sure that I didn't paint over that stuff. And then as I got a little bit more confident in my painting abilities, that's when I started to paint over stuff like that and just say, you know what, we're going to wing it. And I say that because I want you guys to understand that art is supposed to be fun, and it's supposed to be relaxing, and it's not supposed to get you guys stressed out. And I don't want anything that we do together as art to stress you guys out, because this is supposed to be fun. And if yours doesn't turn out like mine, that is 120% the awesomest thing that could happen, because individuality, then that makes it more yours than it does just something you guys copied from me, right? So that's why I always say, use your own colors. Make it your own. Do what you feel like you need to do. Look, I messed up right there. That's okay, though. It's going to give my painting a little bit of oomph. Okay, so as you can see, my stuff is still a little bit wet, but I know that my nose and my shoes are pretty dry, so I'm going to come in with a little bit of my white, and on my shoes, I'm just going to do like little, you can paint in the ones that you had there that were already traced, or you can just go in and give your shoes, I'm just giving them like a little white swoosh, you know, just kind of doing that. That's all I did, no biggie. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the nose, give it a little bit of white, and that just like makes it look like kind of shiny, sheen, gives it a little character. Okay, as big as you want, as small as you want. I know that mine over here is clean, and so I'm going to do my X and my XOXO in white, and so I'm going to draw this line up here with my brush first. If it's not perfect, that's okay. Do it however color you want. Also, please remember, this is for you guys, not for me. I want it to be how you like it. And then I'm going to use my white, and I'm going to go over my X. There we go. And my O. awesome. Okay. Good, cool. Okay, this one over here I had lines on, but I think that I want to add white dots instead. I think I'm going to do polka dots. This little guy's going to get a polka dot hat. What do you think about that? Decorate your hats however you guys want. If you want hearts on all of them, be hearts. If you want to do lines, checkers, polka dots, write somebody's name on it, make it look however you guys want it. I want your guys' stuff to be individual and unique to you. Okay, cool. And then what we need to do is we need to come in. So what we need to finish, this is still a little bit wet, so I'm going to wait a second, but we need to draw our hearts on there if that's what you decide. And then I need to do my hands for my gnome. And for the hands, I'm going to do like a dark, kind of, I guess, yellowish, maybe orangish. I think I'm going to do yellow. And then I think I'm going to add some white to it. Maybe that'll give me like a lighter. But again, whatever you guys want to do. I want these to be yours. Okay, that looks okay, right? That looks alright. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to do this like bright lemony yellow. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to get that, and I'm going to come in, and I'm going to do my hands. Remember our hands were just 3 like bumps, and then the line here. Okay. And since I'm doing this over like a darker part, you might need 2 layers of this paint. Remember just to let the first layer dry. And as you can see, probably right here is a little bit wet from, it hasn't dried all the way yet. So I'm going to just give it a second and let it dry. Okay. Here we go. Let's try. Oops, see, no, it's still not dry. Okay, so I'm going to come back to this hand because this blue part right here is still dry. But I do see that my pink up here has dried, and so I'm going to go in and I'm going to do some hearts on there. And I think for this, I'm going to have my hearts up here match my hearts down, my purple heart down here. So I'm going to use the same color purple that I had. And so I'm just going to come in, and I'm going to, since I covered up my stuff, I'm going to come in and I'm going to just kind of draw with my paintbrush my own little hearts. And if they're not perfect, that's awesome. That's what we want. Alright. So, I think as a child, drawing hearts was like my favorite shape to draw. I don't know why. My son likes to draw stars a lot, but mine like favorite shape to draw was always hearts. I don't know why. What's your favorite shape to draw? Do you have a favorite shape to draw, or is that weird? Are we weird because we have favorite shapes to draw? It's like just the ones that you could just draw over and over and over again. Circles, triangles, parallelograms. Okay. Alright, got my hearts. Do as many or as little as you want. Do them as big or as small as you want. Don't do hearts on them at all if you don't want to. Okay. And then, remember I did a little mistake over here and I turned it into a ball instead. So now I'm going to put a heart in there now. And that is how I saved that. Doesn't really look like a heart right now, but it does down here. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. So now I'm going to go back and see if this part down here is dry. Remember, I had to finish my hand here. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to go ahead and just finish it. I think it should be okay to be finished. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Miss Preston is here. She's leaving for the day. Psh, must be nice to get to go home that early.
No, it must be nice that I was here hours before you.
Just kidding.
Are you on a Zoom?
We're doing art on a video. Oh! Alright, so see,
Oh my
as
gosh,
I
that's so
told
cute.
you that, thank you.
Okay, text me if you need something.
I
Hi,
will.
everyone.
Goodbye. She's the best boss. So, see how you can see through it? I'm just going to go over again with a little bit more. There we go. Okay. And there you have it, you guys. You can also go in and do designs in the background. You can do hearts. You can make it look like they're standing in front of a house. You can put trees. You can write something on it. Do whatever you want. You can go in and, make squigglies, whatever you decide. Make it yours again. But that's our elf paintings for the day. I hope that you guys had an awesome time. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye, guys.